What's happening, guys? Hello and welcome again to the EPL Fanbase Show, the show that connects us with the happening in the English Premier League. My name is FM Steve, and I'm joined in the show by football pundit Josiah. Josiah, how are you?
I'm very good, Steve. How are you?
I'm fine. Good to see you again. So let's try to review matches that were played at the EPL match day 13, and we had a busy fixture. I just want briefly to talk about most of these matches, and if you happen to watch them, let's look at the games that were played on Tuesday. Manchester City drawing with West Brom Albion. What was your take in that fixture?
Yes, quite a disappointing game in terms of what I expected from Man City. As a Man United fan, that was okay with me. I was happy. But from what I expected from Man City, it was quite disappointing. You can always say that, Man City is a title contender. This is a routine win, but we saw a West Brom that was trying to fight for their manager, who at the end of the day got the sack, sadly. But football is a game of results, and if you don't get results, then you know what is going to happen. So I thought it would be like a 3-4-5 nil win for Man City, but this is the Premier League, so it's 1-1. And now West Brom are more stronger than before now with the relegation specialist
Big Sam.
coach that they have now.
Yes. So let's move
So I
to.
think Wolves versus Chelsea.
Yeah, that was another interesting game. In fact, first half, Chelsea started strong, and I was like, what has happened to Wolverhampton? Because first half Chelsea were looking strong. I remember Zuma hitting a crossbar towards just a moment to halftime. Second half, Chelsea picked it up from where they left it. Giroud scored, and then the last 15 minutes, Wolverhampton just started playing and pressing Chelsea, and you could just feel that this game was we were likely to see another goal, and it just came in the nick of time. So based on that result, what do you have to say? Because a week back, everyone was singing Chelsea. Chelsea are the title contenders. Chelsea will carry the league. But from the second half performance, especially the last 20 minutes of that match, what do you have to say about that fixture?
What I took from it was this is the Premier League again. Every opponent you play against looks like a contender for something. And in this case, Wolves, even when they were lacking their striker who is injured, they played really well. I thought that they maintained their discipline all through the game, and I think it's now proving to be a game of the ones who stick and are tough to the end. The ones who don't concede, even when they concede a goal, they don't concede mentally that they have already lost the game. So the first half was very good for Chelsea, a very good goal from Giroud, like always. But they forgot themselves. Kante was missing in the second half. And Wolves had their chances, and one brilliant chance from Neto, I think, exposed Zuma and his goalkeeper Mendy, and that is the way it was. So 2-1 win for Wolves, well deserved. And Chelsea need to go back to the drawing board and see what they were doing right, and they are now not doing it. Probably bring back. I don't know whether they're gonna bring back. I think Ziyech is injured. I think he's gonna tweak something in the middle. I think Kai Havertz needs to stay in the bench where he was. probably he has disrupted the team. Give more playing time to Pulisic, I think, but he has to do something about midfield going forward.
Okay, let's look at another big fixture. This was Liverpool and Tottenham, and I think Mourinho used the same tactic that has worked for him when he faced Manchester City, when he faced Arsenal, and also partly when he faced Crystal Palace. It's a situation of just sitting back and maybe hitting on the counters. And credit due, in as much as first half they were dull, Liverpool were possessing. At some point, it was 78-22 in terms of possession. Second half, Tottenham could have buried the game. They had their own chances that they were going to win it. And only the last moment when everybody knew that this game is ending 1-1, Firmino from nowhere, corner kick, scoring, and that's it. And I think I saw a banter where Klopp was telling Mourinho, you can even park the jet, not necessarily the bus, but this is Anfield. So what did you take of that fixture, that match?
So when, honestly speaking, when I had Mourinho talk about the best team lost, and his mind games, of course, but when I looked at the chances, I think he meant in terms of chances. So most people have gone all out saying, oh, as Liverpool played better and all that, but I think this is a game of results and it's a game of goals. If Bergwijn and Kane buried those chances, we wouldn't be talking the same. So and of course their first goal was a scrappy goal where it was, a deflection of sorts. But again, it's a game of results, a game of goals. If you don't score, you lose. And that those are the kind of games that differentiate a winner, a number one, and a number 2 or 3. So clearly, according to me, Liverpool is the only team that looks like a title-winning team in the whole of the Premier League. More so considering that they are probably at their lowest moment in terms of injuries, and and them playing their probably their weakest team, and they're still getting results against the likes of Spurs. It was a good gameplay by Spurs. I feel as if it works best when you're playing against a big team. Unfortunately, the chances didn't come for them. I mean, chances came, but they were not able to convert them. And yeah, that was the result. Big up to Liverpool, but that pride that Klopp has is gonna end one day. Very soon, a team is gonna win at Anfield. That I can assure you. So it's a matter of when, not if. It will happen. So
now they've gone 66 matches.
Yes, but it's gonna happen. Trust you me. By the end of this season, it's gonna happen. So, and probably it will come from the unlikeliest of sources. But yes, it's gonna happen. But so far, so good for them. They are really, really trying. They are top of the table. They have put a small gap, very small gap, and now they go to play. I think Crystal Palace this weekend, and we'll see how it goes.
Actually, they have a run of easy fixture on paper. We are going to look at it. Yeah.
Thank you for saying on paper.
Okay, let's look at another shocking result. King's Power Stadium, Leicester City losing 2-0 to Everton. Now, when you talk about Manchester United hot and cold, then what should we say of Everton team? Everton team, sometimes they become hot, then okay, sometimes they are cold, and you just don't know how they will show in a fixture. So what do you have to say? Everton now they getting 6 points from some of the high-flying teams. Last weekend they won Chelsea 1-0, and again now 2-0. So 2 clean sheets. What do you have to say about Everton and
So
the fixture on its own? Leicester and
yeah,
Everton. Yeah.
yeah. So for me, Everton and Chelsea are very similar. They go in like batches of results. So they lose, but they lose consistently. Then they pick up form and pick up form for some time. And like you had mentioned Manchester United, where it's you don't know what to expect game in, game out. But for Everton, it's like when they are on a good patch, they play really well. And right now they with the injuries that they have and tweaking it around, they seem to have gotten a formula that can get them a goal or two and still keep a clean sheet. So I was quite surprised by the game, but again, this is the Premier League. Leicester at home losing 2-0, well-deserved win for Everton actually. Um, and for me, I was more surprised with Leicester, not with Everton scoring. I thought Everton would score, but Leicester looked clueless, to be very honest. It didn't tick for them. Madison with not so good of a game. I don't know what they need to do, but at this rate, they need to wake up because the gap here, like you saw for Chelsea, they were number 2, I think 2-3, 1-2-3 there, and now they are at position 7. The
Yeah.
same with Everton, they were up there, they went down there, they are now at position 5. So you have to be very careful, you have to be consistent, and I hope they can for their own sake. I am a bit worried that I'm meeting them next week for the Carabao Cup when they are on that good patch. I just hope that it will be a good day for me. Yeah.
Okay. Now another game that had a cricket score. Leeds United twice coming from behind to beat Newcastle 5-2. And this thing, we've been seeing it with Newcastle. Newcastle, sometimes they play so well first half, but second half, remember when they played United, they were leading United, but the game ended, was it 4-1? And
Yeah.
again, when last season, when I think they played the same United, when they played Arsenal, first half they looked so good, and second half they just collapse and they concede many goals. So what do you have to say about this match? Because Leeds, we know they are attacking, but what is wrong with the Newcastle United?
I don't think there's anything wrong with Newcastle, but from the game, credit were due for them to score 2 goals. It was a good thing for them. Rarely will you find them, game in, game out, scoring such kind of goals. But then again, the game was too open. There were too many spaces. You leave so much spaces for Leeds, and you're gonna concede. I think it was the 3rd goal, if I'm not wrong, or the 4th goal, where the number of Leeds players in the box were, I think, 4 5, and for Newcastle were 2 or 3 max. And you would tell that they went all out to score against Leeds. And I think people need to study the team that they are playing against. Leeds, if you give them those spaces, these guys train too hard, too hard. They have stamina from 1st minute to 97th minute. So a lack of concentration for a moment, and those spaces, these guys are gonna kill you. And it was so evident. The goals were, it was shocking. The goalkeeper was just looking at them. He wouldn't even save any of those. So there is quality there at Leeds, and considering that there is so many congested fixtures coming for them and for all the teams. That is, I feel as if Leeds are gonna do well for some reason. Um, because they thrive in the first half of the season, and they would actually really thrive with congested fixtures because of the way they train. So I'm expecting them to get to win a few games before the new year.
Yeah, actually, what I've come to see of Leeds, which is very good for a promoted side, they are. We cannot say that they are consistent, but one thing is that for every three or four fixture they get a point. For every three or four they get a win, and you can see it's pulling them, it's pushing them well, and probably after come the next season they will now rebuild from there.
And on top of that, you have said consistency. I
Yeah.
feel as if they may not be consistent in the results that they show, but they
Yes,
are consistent in the way that they play, and
their
they have
style of
stuck
play.
it.
Yes,
Yeah, so they don't tweak it for you. They don't change it for your team. For
yes,
them, they stick to what they know, whether it works or not works. And salute to Bielsa with the quality of players that he has. I can only imagine if he had, in this case, a team like Manchester United, where there are so many people with pace, fast thinking quality. I think he would do much, much better. But with the quality that he has right now, he's making Bamford look like a mini Kane or something. So
yes,
quite
yes.
quite impressive.